Hello everybody, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today is Friday, so it's time for another Friday Reads, and I have a 3-day weekend because of Martin Luther King Day on Monday, and I'm just very happy to have a nice, long, relaxing weekend. So yeah, I hope that you all have off as well, at least in the US, and hopefully you all have some good plans as well. But let me get started into the books that I will be reading this weekend. Into the coming week is still a little bit up in the air, but I'll explain that as well. So the first book that I will be definitely reading tonight and probably finishing up tomorrow is The Whaler by Inez Thorne. This is a book that I am reading translated from German, and I am doing it as part of a buddy read with Candace at Beacon Hill Books, Cheryl at CR Flames Fan, and Melanie of Mel's Bookland Adventures. I love reading with those three, and it is an enjoyable book. It is mostly centered around a romance, but the book takes place in the mid-1700s on the island of Sylt. It talks about, the hardships of living during that time and island life, and the people at that time were desperately poor. They relied on fishing for their livelihood, and that seems to be going awry. A lot of the herring that were very abundant during that time are no longer there for some reason. I'm not sure of why the herring are not there anymore, but people are just scraping by and barely have enough food to eat. The houses that they live in are very poorly constructed, and they just have to deal with a lot of things. And we follow a main girl, a Marin. She is 16 years old. She is having to choose between marrying for love, just for love's sake, or marrying for financial stability. But it's a lot more than that. I know that seems like, an obvious choice, but it wasn't at that time. And, you have to think about your family. You have to think about, everyone that you love, and, even thinking ahead 20 years to whether you will have food on the table, things like that. So the writing of this book, the actual writing is very simplistic. It's, the words are simple, the sentences are very short, but although I noticed that in the beginning, I kind of forgot it as the book went on, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a very cute story. I think that the main character has a lot of growing up to do. There's a lot of, I don't know, immaturity, I guess. Oh, that was my computer. Immaturity, I guess. So I think that I'm really enjoying this book. I hope that I continue to enjoy it, and it is part of a trilogy, so who knows, I may go on to read the second book in the series once I finish this one. So that is the first book that I'll be reading this weekend for sure, and finishing up this weekend. So the next book that I'll be reading this weekend, and also probably finishing, is Shaken Not Purred by Kelly Riley. I just had to look up the author. This is another ebook that I'll be reading, and it's a very cute book. The reason I downloaded it is because it seems like sort of a James Bond comedy with a woman as the lead instead of a male, and her name is Bree, and also a lot of cats. So I just immediately thought, this is a book that I want to read. It's probably very light and very funny, and it is. So I'm only a little bit into the book, and it follows Bree, who works for a company named Sci-Fi. And what this company is it's actually a front for espionage activities. So Bree acts as a spy for whatever job her boss gives her, and she goes undercover. So like I said, I'm very early into this book, but so far I did have some moments where I just laughed, especially at the very beginning where she's in her first like spy mission. It's just hysterical. And I don't see any cats yet, but maybe they'll come about a little bit later. But yeah, so I hope to continue to like this book, and yeah, I'm excited to finish that one up. So the next two books, it's kind of up in the air of which one I will be able to read during the coming week. The first option is Crystal Storm by Morgan Rhodes. I finished Frozen Tides last week, absolutely loved it. This is the fifth book now in the, I keep calling it the Falling Kingdoms series, but yes, that's what it's called. So Falling Kingdoms is the name of the first book, so I always think, is that really the name of the series? But it is. So this is the fifth book in the Falling Kingdom series, and I'm excited to get to this one because, like I've been saying in the past few videos, the sixth book in the series comes out in early February next month, and I want to have everything fresh in my head. I love marathoning series. I just, one of my favorite things to do. So yes, I'm excited. I haven't read this one yet. I had put it aside in preparation for the sixth book, and then I just decided to marathon the whole thing. So yes, excited to get to this one, but it is a maybe. The other option I have for reading during the week is Catherine of Aragon by Alison Weir. The reason this is a maybe is because I will be doing a buddy read with Candace at Beacon Hill Books. We haven't decided on a start date yet, so I'm not sure if we'll be starting this week, this coming week, or the week after. I'll just I'll decide based on what her schedule looks like. It doesn't matter to me, but I am excited to get to this. It's been staring at me for a while. Absolutely love Alison Weir. I've gushed about her so many times, and this one is a historical fiction. So, and it is about, of course, Catherine of Aragon, who, if you don't know, was the first wife of Henry VIII, and the divorce from Catherine of Aragon caused, you know, everything to fall apart, caused the separation from the Catholic Church, from the Pope, and yeah, it's just caused a whole bunch of things. But yes, this was his first wife, and he was married to her for the longest. It was like 20 years or something like that. So I'm excited to get to this one. It is a very thick book, so it will take us a while, but yes, I'm not sure. So either Crystal Storm or Catherine of Aragon will be read this coming week. I'm just not sure which. So that is all I have for you. Those are the books that I will be reading this weekend and into the coming week, and we'll have to see which ones I get to as the week progresses. But yeah, I hope you all are going to have a good weekend. You know, here in New Jersey, it's supposed to be pretty rainy. You know, looking out the window over there, I could see it's just gray, 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 gray. But yeah, it's just not pretty, but hopefully the 3-day weekend will still be enjoyable. You know, even if I don't go anywhere, if I just have a cup of tea and a book, I am so happy. So I'm sure that I will make the best of it regardless of the weather. But wherever you are, I hope that you're safe. I hope you're warm, and I hope you have the most wonderful weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye.